that you, as an architect, must know. So I resigned, and I couldn't find where to train as a plumber in Nigeria. 2005. I was 45 years old. So I had to do a training from the UK online, and it cost me over £1,000. So I do plumbing work because what I don't do, I can't teach. Now, all the plumbers we have in the country are graduate apprentices. They have apprenticed under apprentices. An apprentice is teaching another person. And hardly any one of them has opened a book on plumbing. So, I'm going to start by showing you something. Have you seen a plumber like this before? Now, the biggest challenge you all have in your homes is leakages. Leakages. Incessant leakages. We come, because I'm a plumber, right? We come, we break your walls, looking for the leakage. And I said, this can't work. There's nothing happening about plumbing in Nigeria that hasn't happened everywhere else in the world. There must be a leak detector that has been designed somewhere. Now, what you see me wearing is a leak detector. With this leak detector, I pinpoint where the leakage is. And we open up just that section of the wall, fix the leakage, and we're good to go. Right? Now, the challenge is this. If the plumber comes with this and tells you that you are going to pay him 50,000 for using this to detect your leakage, your answer will be, for what? What did you do that I will pay you 50,000 for? Now let me explain. If he doesn't do this, we'll break the entire wall of the bathroom. Once we've broken the entire wall of the bathroom and finally found the leakage, then I fix my part, you pay me 25,000, 35,000, because I've done a whole lot. Maybe it has taken me 2 days to trace the leakage, right? So you pay me 35,000, 40,000 for breaking your wall and fixing your wall, your leaking pipe. And then I go away. Then you call the mason who will now buy sand, cement, and block to do back the wall. Then who will now have to go and source for similar tiles. Chances are that you are not going to find that tile ever again. So you are now going to have to start to doing some. Now, by the time these 3 people have finished working, probably you might even need a painter to paint the other side of the wall that they also broke. You will have ended up paying over 125,000 naira. But definitely more than the 50,000 naira that he charged you for doing this. So, what are the costs of plumbing that you as an architect must hold very, very dear to your heart. Materials. Materials. Very important, right? What materials should he use? When he brings the materials, do you inspect them? No, you don't. If you inspect them, do you know what he's supposed to use? No. So what's the point of inspection? So you just give him the money and you leave him be. When you get to site, every architect will get to site and ask, is the plumber on site? Yes. He's working somewhere there. Have you ever gone to check what he's doing? No. No. Now, let me tell you what the plumbing system consists of. Supply. With supply, your pipe sizes reduce from the overhead tank to the tap. The system reduces from 1 inch to 3/4 to 1/2 inch. With your waste, it's the other way around. From small, it increases in size because it's evacuation. For supply, the size reduces to increase pressure. For waste, the size increases to evacuate faster. So we have the supply system, we have the waste system. But a very critical element in the plumbing system that nobody pays attention to is the vent system. The vent system is why your bathrooms smell. Now, let me explain about the vent system. Your waste system carries all your waste into the septic tank. And then chemical reactions that break down the waste begin to take place there. Now, what happens is each time a load goes into the septic tank, there is displacement of air. Now, your waste pipe is empty. It never holds anything. So air travels back up the waste pipe system and is now looking for where to escape. That is why we have traps in your system. Now, your WC will WC. Why? There's a trap in your WC. Water. That water that is in your WC is what prevents smell from traveling through your WC into your bathroom. So when you are looking for the source of smell in your bathroom, the WC is not guilty. That is where you poo-poo is immaterial. The WC can never be the source of smell. Your source of smell is one of two things. Your basin or your baths, your floor drains, your floor drains, your floor drains, your floor drains. Your floor drains are the most guilty party of smell in your bathrooms. Now, you have floor drain in two places in your bathroom. The shower and the general floor of the bathroom, right? Am I right? Now, because you have a bath, I assume that you have a bath every day in your shower, there is a trap in your floor drain that always retains water. So smell will not pass through that one. The other one that is in the bathroom, water hardly goes into it. So when that foul smell travels back, it comes through that place. Let me show you. This is your typical floor drain. Am I right? Now, you see this cup inside it? This cup inside it is where water is retained. Inside this cup. This is what holds. It sits inside the water. So water flows in here and flows out around this edge. And then the water is retained here. This short piece of this thing serves as the barrier between air that is coming in. It cannot pass through the water. And so, in your bathroom, where you do not have a bath every day, just pour water into the floor drain. Just take a bottle of water, pour it into it. Your incidence of smell will cease. These are very simple solutions. But as long as you don't know them, you know what a bottle trap is? How many of us have seen a bottle trap before? Bottle trap, right? Now, because of the challenges of bad plumbing generally, and how many of us have seen this? Right? Now, this is not to connect your basin to the waistline. If you enter the bathroom here, the male bathroom, I haven't entered the female. If you enter the male bathroom, you will see this. It's a direct connection from the basin to the waistline. Now, when smell comes back, what will happen? It will travel straight back inside the bathroom. If you enter the bathroom, it's smelling. Now, how should you use this? This is how you use it. So water is perpetually trapped here. Smell can never get into your bathroom. Your plumber does not know. And you don't know. Let me tell you a story. You know, we have a lot of big men who buy big cars, 120 million naira cars. So this man said his wife was threatening to leave him because each time they use the restroom in their bedroom, foul smell will come into the bedroom through the air conditioner. And they couldn't find out why. Simple problem. And the guy says, show it to me, showed it to him, and he said, all right, your bill is 150,000. What is 150,000 to losing your wife? Nothing, right? So he said, okay, look, we've been friends for a long time. Let me pay you 120,000. All right, let me have 80,000 naira advance. Paid him immediately 80,000 naira. I will be back tomorrow. Came back the following day. In 10 minutes, problem solved. 10 minutes. The AC technician fixed the drain pipe of the AC into the inspection chamber. Yuck! Right? So each time they flush, that air that is coming from the septic tank just travels up the drain pipe of the AC into the bedroom. And all he did was spend 1,000 naira to buy the things to create a trap, like I've just shown to you. Problem solved. Now, that's not to say that when I charge you, you will not tell me that I should explain to you why. How? Right? So, I looked around here. This facility, this is only the second event taking place in this facility. This facility was commissioned less than 3 months ago. They are breaking walls. The waste pipe for the restroom here has been abandoned in the wall, and a new one has been run on the surface of the wall. 2025. And there was an architect responsible for this project. If I had my way, he would go to jail. Now, the challenge we have is that nobody is held accountable. He's been paid, he's moved on with his life, everybody moves on. No. As architect, you must take ownership. Ownership. So, we have supply. Your supply is made up of three things: pipes, fittings, and valves. Pipes, fittings, and valves. These three things are more important than your WC, your wash hand basin, your taps, and all those fancy things that will spend millions to buy. This is the core of your plumbing: pipes, fittings, valves. Now, as good as the material, okay, so let me use my slides so that you can understand what I'm saying, right? All right. Yeah, so stop. This is your waste pipe. This is your supply pipe. Blue is cold, red is hot. Now, this is your vent pipe. Everything in your bathroom, everything. Washing machine, it has a waste line. It has a vent pipe. Washing machine. How many of you have seen a washing machine with a vent pipe before? Nobody. You have seen? You have seen, you are sure? Your sink, vent. Everything must be vented. Everything. Everything must be connected to your vent pipe. What, sir? Ignore me. I'm not important here. Look at your bathtub. Vent. Look at your WC. Look at your wash hand basin. Vent. And your vent goes up above your roof level to where there's no human interaction. Because what is coming through the vent pipe is foul air. Now, where does your plumber put your vent? They put it under your window. So if your vent ends under your window, what have they done to you? They've just transferred it from outside, and then when with your windows open, the foul smell will come back into your house. Through the roof. That's where your vent is supposed to go to. Through the roof. Now, you are the one who specifies. Now, let me ask a stupid question, right? The cost of the project, guess who is first of all trimmed? Plumbing. All the experienced architects here know the first person that gets knifed in reducing project costs is plumbing, not electrical, plumbing. But without plumbing, you can't live in your house. With bad plumbing, you cannot live in your house. Do you know why kitchens are inside the house? Because before plumbing was developed, cooking was done outside. You had a hut outside. You had a thatched covered space outside. So you fetch water, you cook there, then you carry it. Now, when you have 3 days of rain, you're going to go hungry, right? So they brought the kitchen into the house. And you need to get the water out. So plumbing is the most essential service in your house. Now, when you are buying any fixture that deals with hot and cold water, you will always see a blue dot and a red dot. A blue dot and a red dot. The blue says it can carry cold water. The red says it can carry hot water. Now, as the architect, and pressure. Temperature and pressure. Go on. Now, when I was sitting down in Diamond Bank, when I was inspired to go and train as a plumber, and I opened the pages of Guardian newspapers, and this was what I saw. This was confirmation that I wasn't dreaming. Okay? You blanked me. The society that scorns excellence in plumbing, because shoddiness in philosophy, because it is an exalted activity, shoddiness in our politics, our leadership, will have neither good plumbing nor good philosophy. Neither its pipes nor its theories will hold water. Now, when I said I was going to learn plumbing, everybody thought I was mad. At 45, you are an architect. Are you all right? You want to become a plumber? That's because plumbing is a humble activity. Right? So, next slide, sir. Now, this was said by the American Secretary of Education in 1965. Now, what I want you to take away from here are these four things. Better supervision of plumbing contractors and plumbers. Eliminate wastages due to bad execution. Appropriate pricing of plumbing contracts. Good knowledge of plumbing materials to be used.